here with Aaron Brooks right after finishing up the school semester. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me today.
No, yeah, thanks for having me. We've been trying to get it finalized for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, hey, so we haven't talked officially online about what it was like emotionally this season, but can you tell me a little bit about what it was like? I mean, you started out in red shirt, get in the lineup at Lehigh, and then win Big Tens. I mean, and then there's no nationals. Can you just tell me a little bit about that roller coaster for you?
So, I mean, it was super fun. One, I want to put that out there because I had so much fun this season. Like, I wouldn't take my red shirt back for anything. If someone was like, oh, if someone told me like, oh, the season's gonna get pulled, um, you gonna red shirt or not? Like, honestly, like I felt I'm in a position to where I could I'd still be fine, eligibility. But going from Lehigh all the way up until, Big Tens, it was like when I first started off, you know, like when I wrestled in the Lehigh match, it was exciting, right? Like that crowd was crazy. And then for me, it was new. Like I've wrestled all around the world and everything. But whenever you wrestle a college match, like the atmosphere is just so much better because I feel like, when you're doing international and you're doing this and that, the fan base isn't as big. People love college wrestling. So like going out in Lehigh, that was my first experience in like a packed crowd. Even if you're at the U.S. Open, there's bleachers open and like there's a bunch of seats open. Like there's fans, but like for me that was like every seat's full. So like it was just it was new for me, not the wrestling aspect. Like I think mid match during the Lehigh match, I was like it's literally just another match. Like I think you feel that way when you compete a lot, but on the road and like wrestling throughout the season, it's just like fans are so into college wrestling, and like it was just really fun to be a part of that. So and then coming from Big Tens and hearing that the NCAA tournament's getting canceled, it's like you feel like you're hitting your strides. You're feeling at your best, and then all of a sudden, what you prepared for your whole life, honestly, right? Like for me at least, like you want to be a 4-time NCAA champion. It's like you gotta get the freshman campaign out the way, and then not to finish it, it's just like So, but it was fun. It was a great season. I learned a lot about myself, and I got a lot better. And it was a roller coaster, though. I'd say with just everything that happened, like in this season, it was crazy.
Were you expecting that you like when you're going into the season? Were you expecting there was a chance that your red shirt could be pulled? Were you campaigning to have it pulled, or was it just out of necessity?
So, like honestly, I was like, oh yeah, I'm redshirted, because we had our plans, we had our lineup working out, but a lot of guys got injured, like a
Yeah,
lot of our guys got it. That's what made the season, like I said, just a crazy time. Is like the coaches, like they had a roster, they had it who they wanted for the season, and then I wouldn't have to wrestle, because we had healthy guys, and then our guys started getting hurt, and it's like what gives us our best chance at still being national champions, So I think like it was after the Arizona State duel, like my teammates, they told me like, bro, like, we got some big news coming for you, and I kind of knew then. I was like, you know what I mean? So it's just yeah, I didn't know, but after that duel, I could kind of tell. They were hitting me up, and then coach called me a little later on down the week, so it came out of nowhere. But I mean, I had time to prepare.
gotcha. Was just going back to the end of the season here with the lack of NCAAs? Was there? Did you guys have time as a team to kind of close, or did everybody just sort of scatter after Big Tens?
Yeah. Um. So we got back from Big Tens and whatnot. We started our weekly training heading into nationals, and then there was like rumors while we were at practice. There was rumors like, dude, they might cancel. Like before we practiced, they had just canceled the whole NBA league. So like we were like, man, like if they're canceling that, like they're definitely gonna cancel our stuff. But people were like, no, like no fans. It's already going on. They're gonna let it finalize and whatnot. So then we get into practice. Coach has a speech like, regardless, we're wrestling today. Like don't think about that stuff. It'll handle itself. Focus will get better and whatnot. And then just kind of halfway through the practice, they called us over to the bleachers again and just told us like they canceled it. And I think like practice ended right there. So then you know some people left right away. Like some people left right away, but then we hung out for a little bit. Our teammates' house and whatnot, and then after that, like the next day, everyone was gone. So it was kind of like it was a sad ending for real. Like we got the bad news. We're like, all right, goodbyes. We'll see you whenever all this is over with. And a lot of us haven't seen each other since that last practice. So
Gotcha. How were you able to get over it, or is it like still like you work your? I mean, I don't know if people realize it. Even MMA fighters say wrestling is the hardest sport on the planet. You're pouring your heart and your
yeah,
soul. You're taking your lumps. Was it easy to cope with, or you go through like different steps?
yeah. I mean, it's definitely frustrating. Like like I said, it's a long process with wrestling. So like a lot of sports, they're preparing. Like a lot of like sports are preparing in the summer and whatnot, but their season's in the fall, right? Like
Yeah.
we're preparing in the summer with a season that ends in the beginning of spring. So like we prepare so much longer than basically every sport. I mean, there's other sports that do prepare that long, but we put so much time throughout the year into our season and then that NCAA tournament, and then when it's like it's gone, it's like man. And like the way I try to look at it is like, yeah, the tournament's taken away, but I still got better throughout the year. Right, like it's not a loss for me because like it's a loss if you didn't get better and the tournament didn't happen. But if you grew on the way, then like it's still a win. It's just unfortunate that you couldn't show it.
I gotcha. Now, the semester just wrapped up. How have you been doing academically?
Oh yeah, so I was saying this is really good news, right? So for the first time in my life, they I signed up for first summer session, and they told me your grades aren't low enough to qualify for it this semester. So they're only letting like if you absolutely need this stuff first session, they're letting you do it. But like they said, me like oh, I'm good, I'm chilling. So it's going good. I got like 1 week I was student athlete of the week, so I got a little academic awards in there. So it's going good though.
That's great. All right, going back to wrestling, we were talking a little bit about what it was like to go out in a Lehigh match that when your shirt got pulled versus Weiler, in a big crowd. I think that was the largest crowd that Lehigh has ever had at Stabler
Yeah.
Arena. Were there any adjustments that you made that you weren't you couldn't feel until you were going through the season, or did you feel like it was just an evolution that felt natural to you?
That actually the biggest adjustments I think I made was my defense. So even if you watch my matches in the beginning, like I didn't really start implementing baseline defense until after my first loss in Nebraska to Vince. So like
Yep.
I was flowing, I would do whatever, and also like I think like I would let it fly, but I still wasn't fooling myself because I was still stuck in between that. Do I push the pace like a freestyle or do I play it more cautious like a folk style? So sometimes I think I would play it too cautious. Like I would still win, I would still score points, but I think after I lost, like, I'm pushing it. Like I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be myself 24/7. I'm gonna push the pace and then use baseline defense. And that was the biggest jump I made after January or beginning of January and going further down the road. So. Yeah, like I was good. And then in the preseason and early season, but I think I really made little adjustments that made a huge difference towards the end of the season.
What was the feel like when you wrestled him at Big Tens? Was that the semis?
Yeah. So I remember like the first time I wrestled him, he we're in Nebraska. Like they sold out too. Like when Penn State showed up somewhere and we're the gas, people sell out. Like they want to come watch. Like any arena, like they want to come watch a good duel. So like I remember we walked into the arena and like we're gonna go, they do the introductions and whatnot. And I just remember like I didn't like acknowledge the crowd. And like that sounds weird, but like I walked in like I didn't acknowledge the crowd. So like I didn't look and like take it in kind of. And then for me, that's like for me is like a mental weakness. Is if like you try to hide that there's a big crowd, like oh there's a bunch of people here, blah blah blah. Because I've wrestled on big stages before, and then like it kind of just felt like I had a little bad weight cut. I wasn't moving. I got gaps in the match. Like I did. Like I'll admit it. Like a lot of things like gaps in the match, and then
Now that was weight cut related, or is it warm up related, or a bunch of things?
my warm up was kind of the same. I think that week I came in kind of heavy. I came in heavy for that match, and then just like your brain's dehydrated or whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless, I lost. I didn't wrestle like me, and I knew that after the match. So like I didn't. Like I was like, man, like that stinks and whatnot. But I was like, let's just keep getting better. And then wrestling on my Big Tens, it was like, I'm ready. I'm here. I've made the adjustments and I'm just ready. Like the big thing for me too is like I said, going back to the whole crowd thing is like after I lost to Vince, we were in Iowa the next week, and I remember that was the biggest stage of my life. So I walked in the arena, and we're getting ready to walk out. I made an effort to look in the crowd and take it in. Like they're here for me. They're here to watch me win, and like that makes a huge difference for me. It's like when I'm like these guys are here to watch me, because then like a lot of people look in the crowd, they're like, man, there's so many people. Me, I make it like a mental note. Like I suck it in. Like these guys are here to watch me, and I'm just like I get ready. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's get on. Like, let's put on the show.
That's cool, and most people who have not been on the floor, like at Carver or any sold out environment. I mean, the most passionate fans are some of the most passionate fans. So, just to go back to Venz, when you lost to him, did you feel like it was pretty much you and your preparation, and he didn't really put any doubt in your mind going forward, or was there any doubt when you were going into that semifinal match?
So. Honestly, I knew, like, hey, whenever I was sharp, I beat this guy. He's good. Like, I think, like, a lot of people sleep on him, Like, guys forget, like, he was on Valencia. Like he gave him the best match of his season. And, like Vince is good. Like, for me, in my opinion, I think me and him were the best two in our weight class this year, So, like, I respected his game. I know he had a lot of big moves, and he was tricky. So... I also knew how to, like, if I could limit that and put myself in those funky, foot rolling positions, then I could really open up a match, But going into semis at Big Ten, I was like, just do what you do, and let it fly. Don't hold back, because when you hold back, it gives him a chance to be on you. It gives him a chance to do it. So like, just go out there, get him reacting, and let it fly. I think like kind of going into my other matches before Big Tens and before like mid season, I was just like. I wasn't really like let it fall to go win, That's a big difference. It's like go wrestle as in to go win. Like when you say go win, it's just like you do whatever it takes to win. So you kind of clamp up sometimes.
Yeah.
So like that was the biggest mindset switch. Just like just go wrestle instead of just all right, just go win. Like.
Now I know you expected to be in the national final coming into the year if your season was there. Did you ever let your mind drift out and like play out what a match with Valencia would have been like?
Yeah, all the time.
Tell me what it would be like.
I'm big on visualizing, and like main thing is like I visualize what I would do if someone was doing a certain thing, right? Like I know their style, right? Even if I've wrestled them before, right? Like that's even better. So like I know their feel. So like for me, like I always visualize me pinning somebody or me just running up the points. So like I'll put myself in a scenario to where they do this and then I react this way. Or else I do this move, they react. So, like, I just picture the matches in my head, right? So, like, I just plan it out. Like, if he does this, I'm going to do this. Or if we get in this position, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to end it, So, like, I think that's big. It's just, like, visualizing. And, like, putting yourself there in the moment before you get there. That way, whenever you are there, it's like, I've mentally been here before.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, what was the final score of that match in your mind?
Oh, no, I was going to end it. I wanted to pin him,
Yeah.
I think,
what was the move?
I told Cradle.
Cradle? Okay.
Cradle. Yeah.
Wait, you said you told him that? What'd you say?
Yeah. Flo had a whole little, he went on flow and whatnot, but it's competitive nature, Like he's a competitor, I'm a competitor, I'm sure there's people out there saying they pin me too, but that's just my competitive nature is like I'm visualizing me pinning you and. That's what I'm trying to do when I'm out there. So, like, I see it happening.
I'm going to talk to the guys at WrestleStat and see if we can get that put in there. Paul Brooks. We talked a little bit about maybe disciplining your weight descent and some other things. But is there any other advice right now that you would give yourself if you could at the beginning of last season?
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing is like don't. I'd say like it's fun, right? Like don't always just think, all right, we're on the road. Like it's like I'm here, I'm there, I'm here to wrestle, I'm here to do what I love to do. So don't think like, well, now we're traveling here, now we're doing this. Like I think like a lot of times like you just get like so in the flow, which can be a good thing, but like sometimes you just make it so casual. But like, I think just looking at it as like, nah, like each time is like a great opportunity. Like
Yeah.
sometimes like, all right, like we're traveling here to do this. Just another day on the job. But like I don't want to look at it that way. Like I want to be like this is what I love to do. This is fun. Let's go make the best of it instead of like let's just go do it.
Right. Right. Yeah. I've definitely heard from a number of guys who've been in that program or at Iowa when they're seniors and they realize like that's the last time they might be going to Carver or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's a big deal because when are you going to be at the bottom
yeah,
of a place that either loves or hates you?
yeah.
With so many fans there because it is different. Like at the senior level, there can be a lot of
Yeah,
fans,
like
but they're.
there's I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
and I blame like I don't like USA Wrestling does a great job at promoting and doing everything, but like something like like back whenever World Team Trials was all one thing, and it wasn't a bunch of fun Alexis. All the fans came together, but now
Yeah.
it's we're here, we're there, so not as many fans I think pack in. I think like yeah, you get more events off, so it's better money for the guys running it, but is it better money for the athletes? Is it more convenient for them? But that's a whole different story.
Gotcha. Something recently that just came up was the NCAA telling athletes they can you have name and image rights for money. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that's awesome. You won't hear a complaint out of my mouth for that. I think that's good. I think people don't really realize like they think like student athletes, they're just sitting in all this wealth and whatnot. But like honestly, like a lot of athletes, like from like my experience, are eating from their team, right? So like say say you're an athlete, by the time you're out of practice, dining hall is closed sometimes. You know what I mean? So like your team, so like your athletic facility has like a fueling station for you where it's like I don't know, like eggs and cheese sticks and like smoothie and stuff. So like, but a lot of athletes like people don't realize is like with a packed schedule, we don't always have time to have money for ourselves. So some nights things are all closed. You're like, dang, dude, I'm starving. Like, did I save anything? You know what I mean? So people are like, they think like, oh, they're just balling in this, full scholarship. Like, yeah, like school's gonna pay for it. Like, that's perfect, But also, like, if people are making money off your name, and then you can't even buy like something from down the street whenever everything's closed, and it's like that's a problem. You know what I mean? Because like it's just with a
You
packed schedule, it just makes sense, and then just
are you exploring any ways to do this or not?
I think like there's ways, and there's like if it does get passed, there's ways I'm gonna go about it. But me like me talking to anybody yet, I think like no, I don't want to give people hope for anything. Like if someone hits me up like yo, like would you love to be a part of this? Like I'm not gonna like all in, you know what I mean? Because like it's still like a bit away. But I think about it, right? Like what will be my moves from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
and so on.
Okay. Is the season considered dead, or is there anything that's going on that what you think that you might get an extra year of eligibility back?
So yeah, I think so for me, I had a red shirt and like a Olympic red shirt available.
Yeah.
So I think it's only like for me, I wrestled guys that were in Olympic red shirt, and like the season didn't affect them at all. So I wrestled a guy like Max Dean, and like he's not being affected at all by this.
Right.
So I'm like I got an appeal out right now, just trying to get me that, give me that red shirt so I can get those years. So like
Yeah.
because I have the red shirts, I have them. So like if I could use one of those for this season ending, then I do get that year back to wrestle and try to be a 4-timer. So that's what I was saying like earlier. Like I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I hope that all works out because I have the eligibility for I had 2 red shirts available, so to take those away and then like it just wouldn't make sense. Just
Yep.
yeah.
So you're at home right now. Are you able to work out, or what's your daily routine now that school is over? And Do you think you'll be going back to state college anytime soon?
I think I'm trying to go back soon. I want to go back as soon as possible. Like as soon as they let me, go get my stuff from dorms, I can move it into my new house up there and whatnot. But the day right now,
who are you moving in with?
I work out a little bit. I don't.
Go ahead.
It's my roommates.
Are they wrestlers?
I got you. It's like me, Roman, Paul Fiat, and Baylor Shunk.
Okay.
But not some of them. They're PA residents except for Roman, so they might stay at home for a little longer. So it might be me and Roman in the summer. But we'll see how that works. I think I don't think he can fly. I don't know because AZ's different.
Yeah.
But
I think they're open down there, but I'm not sure.
I see him. He's always out and about. So, but that's also like even if it was lockdown, he'd be out and about.
Okay.
So like,
got it.
Stuff. But I think my coach, weightlifting coach, he's gonna put me. I just got off the phone with him earlier this morning. We're waiting to hear if I have access to a full gym because they might uplift something for us. Like Maryland might uplift to phase 2 of like quarantine or something like that.
Yep.
And then if not, he has a whole workout for me I can do at home. Just so I can stay strong because that was on my plan this summer is to get a lot stronger.
Gotcha.
So,
what's your weight like?
I'm probably like 193. I'd say that's what I've been kinda. So not crazy. I think like when I came in last year, I was like 197, 198. I don't know how. I don't know where I was holding it, but I guess like when I come home, like people think I lose weight at home for some reason. When I go back to school, I get heavier.
Okay.
So I think it's because I have like more access to meals and yeah.
Well, that took me to my next question is, what do you want to work on? You just talked about getting a little stronger. Is there anything else that you're focused on that you can share with us for next season?
Yeah. Just keep getting better. Like positioning on my feet on the mat. Being like I just want to be diverse, right? Like I know this season. I mean, people have been watching my whole life. It's like studying what I'm gonna do. Like I wrestle a lot of guys, and they try to be like, oh, we'll do this, and you can't do that. Like I just never want to be one dimensional. So just keep learning, keep doing new things, keep switching it up, and then mastering those things is my biggest thing every summer. Every day, honestly, every day I want to do that. So that's my main focus too. But just getting stronger. Just like I'm already really strong for my weight class, I think. But I want to be more like pound for pound strong type thing,
Yeah.
So I want to take my same body weight, but put on more muscle.
Gotcha.
Not like bulk up and then have to come down because so we got like I said, me and my our weightlifting coach, we had a whole plan for me and whatnot to put intact this summer. So just getting really really strong and whatever fluff is there, like I might be buff, but turning that into just like solid muscle and just becoming like more of an animal type thing,
Gotcha. Okay. Are you watching any wrestling right now?
Yeah, all the time.
Who's your favorites right now to watch?
Honestly, I watch a bunch of people, like anybody. Like if it's on like your YouTube recommended and it's like a senior level match, I'll watch it.
Okay.
And then like I try to watch guys that I would steal things from. So like any guy, like it could be anybody. Say somebody has a good shot. And then but they get tech on every match, but they're scoring like crazy with that shot. I'm gonna watch that shot, So it can be anybody that that's good at something on the mat, and I'm like, oh, I like that. So I'm gonna start watching and see how you do it. So I watch a lot of people, and I self-critique myself. Like I'll go back and I watch matches, and that's how I get better. Like I'll see like what could I do here? Like I'm doing this, that could lead me to that, and I just never saw it. So I watch wrestling every day, a lot of times. So. But nobody specific, I'm watching international wrestling. I'm watching collegiate wrestling. I'm just watching it, just learning, visualizing stuff.
Now, is it true that when you're scrapping around in the practice room, that you're taking Coach Kell down?
Cause we have some scraps, but it's funny because like Coach Kell is tricky. So like you'll get takedowns on him, but sometimes it's like it's not like. Is he letting me? But like he'll let you take him down to like do some type of roll to like pin you. You know what I mean? So like he's tricky. He's funny. It's like yeah, you'll get a clean takedown on him. But sometimes he'll let you in on a leg just so you can do something, you know? So, like, he's tricky. But he's still, he's funny. He's my favorite to wrestle, probably. Just because, he makes it fun. Like, it's like a competition, you know? He's like, all right, like, and he'll take you down and be like, man, that was easy type thing. And I'm just like, all right, like, we'll see. So it's just funny.
Tell me a little bit about like the practice room. Like, are you always loose? Are you always intense, or is it back and forth depending? I mean, you got a bunch of monsters in there.
Yeah, I mean, for me at least, like I always go into practice loose and having a great time. So, you know, we'll start off with some dodgeball too. Like that's the big thing.
Is that
we
like
play a lot of dodgeball.
two on two dodgeball?
No, so we have like our own way of dodgeball. So like it's crazy. So it's like everyone. So you have a partner, but then it's everyone for themselves. So it's 2 versus 2s, and there's like we're all on 2s, you know.
Yep.
And then you get like it's hard to explain, but it's really fun. You have to come see it sometime. But dodgeball, and then you know we warm up, just like we just wrestle. You know, we get into wrestling, and then you know when you're going live, obviously you know you're serious and stuff, but you know there's never like a dark cloud over the room. You know what I mean? Like it's never like don't laugh, don't say this, or you know like you're enjoying yourself. Like our coaches, you know they want us to want to be there, and I think like as an athlete and as a competitor, you should want to be there as well. And I think that says it for itself. Like if you don't want to be there, you won't be happy. You know, like you won't be getting better. But they let us know like, hey, like when you want to be here, you'll make even bigger strides. So like they also make it a big priority that you want to be there as well. Like you know, they're never like I said, they're never forecast. Like there's never a cloud over us from them. You know, like they're smiling too. They're joking around. So it's always a good time.
Gotcha. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Wrestler wise,
Or coach or wrestler? I don't care. Anybody. You know.
all of our coaches are funny. Like that's hard. Like all of our coaches are. Like people don't realize it, right? Like they look at Penn State from the outside. They're like, man, I don't know. Those dudes don't really talk. Nah, like once you're there, it's like all these guys are super funny, and like so all of our coaches are funny. But the funniest guys on the team, who are the clowns? I say there's a couple of jokers on the team. It's me, Carter Strachey, Luke Gardner, Mark Jerkron. Mark will joke around a lot too. Chenzo does. Yeah, I say like it's Shaq. Shaq's a big one too. Shaq's funny.
Okay.
It's like a couple of it, and then our energy, we get the other guys to joke around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, other guys come in, they're like, oh yeah, we're at practice. Like we'll come in, we'll just start joking around, and like Nick Lee's hilarious too. I can't forget about him. Nick Lee's funny. He'll make us laugh. But.
Gotcha. What's Carter? I mean, he's redshirted this year. Do you guys work out, or have you not worked out together? Like, what's he like?
Yeah. We wrestled more so each other this summer than we did in season.
Yeah.
I think he was a big he was a big partner for Mark this year, so he was working with Mark a lot of times. And
Gotcha.
then after practice, me and him would still grab each other and roll around, or if it was a day of practice, we'd be partners. But yeah, we roll around. He's gonna be really good. I'm excited for him.
Gotcha. All right. Who listens to the worst music on the team?
Man, some days. So we play music in the room, and some days I'll come in and if music's good, I like it, right? Like if it's good music, I like it. But if I come in and I'm trying to wrestle, I don't want to hear country music. You know, like I do not want to hear country music. So like. Some of those guys are like, oh yeah, put on some country music. I'm like, listen, put on I don't have to listen to hardcore rap either. You know, like we don't like put on like a dancey song, right? Like maybe The Weeknd, like that Blinding Lights song. Like put that on, like something that'll make me like want to move, right? Like with an upbeat, like something at least. You know, I don't want to listen to slow country music. So a lot of guys on the team, they're trying to play country music at practice. I'm like, look, this is the wrong time. Like if you're driving home, cool, play that music. But like I'm trying to get in the groove, you know. I want to listen to dance music.
All right. Worst hair on the team?
Worst hair? Man, that's a good one. That's the worst hair. Oh, Jennifer Claren.
Oh, there you go. I didn't say worst hair. I said that's funny. I feel yeah. All right. Any anybody that you're looking forward to wrestling? Is there anybody that you're visualizing wrestling next year already?
Oh, a lot of people.
Yeah,
Basically, all the top guys from this year as well,
yeah,
unless they graduated. I know there's some guys coming out of red shirts, right? You got your like guys like Max coming back, maybe Miles and me. So seeing where they plot in, but everyone, I'm ready. I want to wrestle them all. I visualize me wrestling them already. Like,
what's the Dean match like?
um, we wrestled at the U.S. Open. He's he's strong. He's a big brawler.
Yeah,
Like he boom 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 underhook.
yeah,
You know, I think it's just me using my athletic ability and technique. For bigger, stronger guys like that. I'm gonna get stronger as well. But for he's I think he's like a redshirt junior, so he's
yeah.
got like a couple years on me. So just a little, he's at least strong. But just the same, just go out there and moving my feet, not being one dimensional. Those Cornell guys, they watch a lot of film, they plot. They try to slow people down. That's what they love to do. And just me, just gonna be out like just being myself and being a motor. So
Gotcha.
that's it.
Thoughts on being the Big Ten Freshman of the Year?
It was cool. I didn't really think about it like during the season. Like when I'm wrestling during the season, I'm like, man, I'm the best freshman in the Big Ten right now. Like I should definitely get that award. Like I don't think about it. So then like after I was like, oh wow, like because there's a lot of good freshmen we had. Like they like Sasso was like freshman of the year on like Flow or something like that, and he was Big Ten, and we had like Will Wan and then a bunch of guys that were freshmen. Sammy Alvarez,
Yep.
he's a dog. So it was cool. I think that was pretty cool. But I think a lot of us could have got it. There was a lot of us that were really good as freshmen that had a really good season. So, but it was cool to be named that one.
Anything that you can embarrass any outgoing seniors with right now?
Man.
Is it true that like Kassar has bad body odor? I'm
Nah,
kidding. I'm making that up. I'm making that up.
Kassar's funny. But Kassar's just funny. He has this swagger to him, right? Like we mess with him, but he has this swagger. He gets the shades, a toothpick, the one strap on his book bag. Walks in, he's chilling, headphones on. So he's funny. I mean, he's my boy too. But really, I mean, I don't know. We just goofy guys. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe some funny stuff on camera. I caught on Snapchat or whatever, but nah, nothing too crazy. They're pretty laid back.
Last question. What is your mindset going towards next year? So there's a lot of stuff up in the air, but I'm assuming you're kind of blocking that out and just thinking about being a national champion. Do you have
Yeah.
stuff written down for goals, or is it just in your mind that you repeat to yourself every day, or what's going on there?
So my goals, like I just know them. Like, my two goals in 2021 is NCAA champ and Olympic champ. That's what I want. And I feel like with this year being postponed for the Olympics and like everything else, it gives me another year to just get better against those senior guys. So like that's exciting for me. And like I know like little adjustments puts me right in the top three. So because I'm in the best place to do it.
Right. In a way, I guess having the Olympics postponed helps you get another year of under your belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say to Penn State fans, Aaron Brooks fans, Maryland wrestling fans?
Yeah, just thanks for always supporting, and I'm excited to get back to it for you guys. So
Awesome. Hey, thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you soon.
yeah, thanks, Mike. Always a pleasure.